Welcome to Todd's Dungeon! Who said you just have to eat animals? Today's recipe is so delicious, so mouth-watering, you're gonna love it! So join me today as I make my version of Halloween barbecue ribs! Now we're going to start by making our delicious glaze for our ribs. So I have a pot on the stove on a low heat, and to that I'm going to add in half a cup of tomato sauce or ketchup, followed by a quarter cup of Worcestershire sauce, a couple of tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, a quarter cup of brown sugar, a tablespoon of Dijon mustard, 3 teaspoons of paprika, a teaspoon of oregano, and a teaspoon of cumin. Now give it a good mix around until it's well combined. And now that's started to warm up a little bit, I'm going to increase the temperature to medium, and we're going to let it simmer away for about 5 minutes and give the sauce a chance to thicken up. Okay, next I have a roasting pan. I'm going to add in 2 cups of hot water. That'll just help keep them nice and moist. And I'm just going to add in 2 tablespoons of our glaze. Now for this, personally, I'm going to use some pork ribs, but this will also work perfectly fine with beef ribs. So all we have to do is just brush on our glaze onto our ribs, just like that. Make sure they get nice and covered. Now there's no need to brush both sides just yet, because in an hour we're going to turn them over, and at that point we'll brush the other side. So now we're just going to cover our ribs in some foil, and we're going to place this into a preheated oven at 180 degrees Celsius or 360 degrees Fahrenheit for 2 hours. But remember, in 1 hour we're going to pull them out, turn them over, and give them another glaze. Okay, so it's been an hour, so I've just taken it out of the oven. So just give it another quick glaze just on top. Then we're just going to flip them over, just like that. And we're just going to glaze the other side with the rest of our glaze. Then we're just going to cover them back up with the foil, and we're going to put it back in the oven for another 1 hour. And now to add to the effect, we're going to cook some sausages. And what these sausages are going to do is, they're going to act as the intestines that we'll place under the ribs. So just simply cook up a few sausages, any flavour will do, thick or thin, makes no difference, and just cook them up to your liking. Now once everything's cooked, it's just a matter of placing everything on a plate. I can tell you, these ribs smell delicious. And under that we're just going to place on our sausages. And these are like the intestines. Then of course, for the pièce de la résistance, I have a human skull. Now that's just a cheap plastic skull that I picked up from a party shop, and as you can see, it is very effective. Now again, you don't have to use pork ribs, this will also work for beef ribs. So it just comes down to personal taste. But when you set up with those ribs and those sausages down below that look like intestines, and you have that plastic skull up the top, it really does change a lovely barbecue ribbed recipe into something that is perfect for Halloween. And the best part is, these Halloween ribs taste simply ghoulish. And at slow cooking for 2 hours, they're nice and tender and will fall apart in your mouth. So thank you for watching this episode of Todd's Dungeon. As always, I'll leave a list of ingredients down below, as well as links to my Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Home Handy Hints channel. And please do me a massive favour by giving this video a thumbs up, leave a comment and subscribe, and I'll see you next time for another ghoulish recipe.